Greetings and aloha, loved ones. Asha. I'm going to take a moment to share. I have to share this proverb part 2. We're going to do numbers 8 through 15 right now. For those of you who have been really waiting, like, what is it going to be? This is that moment for 8 to 15. You feel. All right, let's see. Hi. Greetings. Let me see if I can make this a little bit straighter for you. So I added to the readings, to the options. There's more bells for the bell readings. Sorry about my over the shoulder folder holder. I added more rose quartz, more amethyst, the seed shells. I drew more images and numbers and words on them. The meteors, I got more meteors for this. More lapis lazuli, some of the sacred sevens, moss agate, mystery crystal being that's really special too. New findings from Oregon. I have the abalone shells. I have the copper with the crystal beings on them, and some seeds, some petals, rhodochrosite, a bunch of other ones. There's a lot of them. Some Lemurian seeds, some branches, some burned, some not burned. They are sage branches. Okay, so let us begin. And I also found my oracle cards from the ones that I made. Yay, I found them. They're in my vehicle where I imagined that they were. So we'll be working with these today also. Excuse me. And we have the Lucidity card deck that I will be working with leading up to Lucidity. And I have been working with these since I got them. And I even had a new deck bought for me, which is really nice. By Ja. Really thankful for. So we're working on number 8. Number 8. If you chose number 8, today is part 2. We're going to be working on sharing the messages with what remains. So I'm going to see if I can lessen the volume of this telly. There. Shows no longer being the nomad. So if you chose number 8, you are on a path of being an invert, and now you're starting to become more outgoing than you had been, joining into social experiences, being wanting to do that, and allowing yourself to, I believe that with the Avalonian, you have to work on your awareness to integrate that beautiful rainbow that you are with the purity of your soul, to expand that experience so that you can work through the past experiences that made you feel like you had to protect your heart and your being. Aww. It's like, let me in. I have to go get. Hold on, please. Just give me one moment. shows that if you do not take care of that now, that it's going to cause you to feel like it's growing inside of you. So if you feel like there's something happening inside of you that makes you feel hurt, like bruised, and you're acknowledging that the more you don't work on it, the more it hurts. So you're being told to be aware of that, wash with light, allow the light to intercede and integrate with the beautiful colors that you are because of the experiences and the situations that you're able to work through. I'm going to see. Shows remembering how to say yes to beautiful experiences, to the ones that bring you into where you can take your shoes off and walk in the beautiful green grasses and be around the giant tree beings that have been there for many, many moons longer than you have been. To go into places where the waters flow that are pure, the ururus, the sacred nectars. To places that make you feel like you can laugh and cry and heal in. So that is the message for those who chose the number 8. If you chose the number 9, and yesterday I did 1 through 7, so today's 8. I'm going to choose cards. It says take action now, vámonos, right away. And you know what I want to do? I want to put this right here, this coconut rind right there. I'm going to put in an intention to help you feel refreshed, to help you feel nurtured and hydrated, because you have to rehydrate. You have to keep hydrating more. The more action you have to do, your body's working, your vessel's working very hard. So make sure that you are hydrating, nurturing yourself. Lots of hydration. And so with the coconut energy, I'm putting in some hydration into to bring some of that forward, and those options also. Aloe is very helpful. So right now you have the awareness of purpose, of taking action. If you chose number 9, if the number 9 was the choice, I'm going to put this where en lasso to cleanse. And then I'm going to bring over here, right there, is to remember to be safe. With the 2 obsidians on the outside of the volcano that is yellow, the volcano lava in the middle there. Wait, are you volcano lava? It says it's coral. In the middle of the coral is the coral. On the outside is the obsidian. So protection and fluidity, the ability to be diverse. So diversity through the experiences in a protected way while taking action to move forward into where you feel that you are supposed to be. And that's if choosing number 9. I really love lava. That's not to like hot lava experiences, but I do I really like the way that when they're hard. I do love the lava. They're all beautiful. I love you, lava. I'm sorry, please don't feel unloved. I'm not going to go into conversations about love right now. So if you chose number 10, I'm going to just give you an intuitive reading. Okay, let's see. In this moment, I welcome you to center. If you chose number 10. Woo. Shows that you have to work on opening your throat chakra. The throat chakra, it's from the grief area. And if you chose number 10, you're feeling that pull through the front to the back. Notice how tight that is. I want you to put your fingers on that side. If you chose number 10, put your fingers on there and feel how tight that is. And now I want you to pull that energy up. Just pull it up. Imagine you're pulling it out and throw it to the side and imagine it just disappear. And feel how much lighter that shoulder feels. So practice self-healing, practice that work. As one who chose number 10, it has to do with a compassion for self-awareness, taking care of your posture, what you're doing, what's appropriate, what feels comfortable, what doesn't. Acknowledge if there's anything that's causing you to feel panicked because your neck and your grief areas are inflamed or were inflamed. Now, prayerfully, they have healed. Which affects your voice because of what you went through. So it's affecting the way that you experience things. So what may seem like really small and minuscule to others seems really extreme and like massive and a lot for you because your sensitivity with what happened through your heartache, where you stored that at, how it's affected your posture, how it's affected your voice because you haven't been opening up because your heart is working through so much. And that's why some moments you get it in the neck and the shoulders and the back is because you're working through that devastation. And in those moments, for some reason, the vessel pushes it to the sides and then pushes it up. I believe it's because we have to be able to connect with each other. And so it's easier to move that energy to the side so it's not just all stuck in the front, which is very, that makes sense. I've seen some who had it stuck in their front, so you don't want it stuck in the front. It's good that you do have it on the side, but now you have to work on healing. So I'm going to do an activation. Actually, I'll do a healing. For those who I'm allowed to work on. Okay, so I'm being shown your frontal lobes. So what you're working through is something where you are worried, where you're focused on it, where you're thinking about it, and it's as if it's on repeat some moments inside your head, and you have to be able to wash through that experience and see the solution, see the parts that can help you see the lesson or the experience that can help you adjust the way that you feel through that experience. Some beings say it's better not left unsaid. Communication is very important, even if you're writing it. You can write what you experienced, write what you went through, tell a friend, tell a loved one, open up and heal through the experience of the grief. So you can cry, and you don't always have to do that. I go into the sacred waves of the oceans to heal and to do certain prayers. So, we all have our own ways of doing things. So if you chose number 10, I'm going to pull one of these branches for you. Actually, 3 of them. Shows that you have to start working on comprehending that there is protection, there is safety, but you have more inside of you to believe in than imagining someone on the outside is going to get you to that place. You have to start having confidence on the inside, like, I am good enough, I am worthy. Shows that your root was burnt, which says it could be a sexual experience, it could have been from traumas there, not healthy sexual partner relationships, or maybe you got some sort of sickness there. One moment, please. I'm working right now. What is it? Hi, sorry about that. Okay, so number 10, that was that. With the root that needs to be healed, there needs to be healing done. And with the two sage branches that are not burnt facing upwards, it does shows lessons learned, protection, self-maintenance, but also the feeling like you're changing. So try to believe that it's okay to be changing. Everyone has to transform in some sort of way. And see the purity. See the purity there is an activation of humility that happens through that experience, through that transformation for you. And it's as if it's made you like fine gold, or Arabic gold, or not Arabic, sorry, hammered gold, a thin hammered gold. There's multiple types of gold, multiple places have gold, so. But you have been working on protecting yourself. So your root has to heal. So I'm going to do a prayer for the root, and I believe that's going to help the heart and the throat too. Try and breathe in. So say, I release that experience. I release those experiences. I'm healed. I'm safe. I'm protected. And really put in the energy that it takes to be healed, to be protected, to feel safe. Okay. So if you chose number 11 next, let's see. Okay, I'm going to do a crystal reading. So it shows with citrine, I believe all of them. Okay. So with the citrine, it shows that in your beginnings, if you chose number 11, in the start of you coming through, the innocence, the purity, the feelings of safety and peacefulness arose within inside. But through the brazen experiences, you had to create a nice protective energy that didn't really allow others to influence you or pull at you in those ways where you felt uncomfortable if somebody was trying to lead you off track or lead you astray from your actual spiritual practices or beliefs. Shows that you have to take moments to open up to the idealization that there are some who can teach you, because now are the moments for the teachers and the students to integrate as teachers and students together, weaving in that sacred golden light cord of expansions as a soul family, as a soul tribe. Shows that if you chose number 11, that you are working on healing from the heartache, from relationships that did not help you feel comfortable. It does show that there is healing around father types, dad kind of healings, family members not there, organized religion healings, things that have to do with government, and the effects on the base up to the mid sacral is all healing through. Like there's a lot of light shining through, and this shows that there is the citrine still protecting, but it's more so turned into a kind of like a Lemurian seed because of the writings, because of the ancient writings in the text. So with this Lemurian seed / citrine, now it shows that the lessons were comprehended, or the lessons were learned, so that it's not something that will continue to reiterate or move forward for the experiences that you allow to occur as you realize the options of solutions that can protect you from reiterating those experiences in those ways, and in a very peaceful way, to return the positivity, peaceful light, comfortability, and such. So solutions. If you chose number 12, hello everyone, thank you for being here, for being there, present. So if you chose number 12, you must acknowledge, why are you not feeling everything that you are experiencing? What happened to you that made you feel like you don't feel the same? May feeling be returned. Say, I feel and I can accept to be loved. I open myself in a way to be loved, to be comfortable being loved and accepted as I am. I open up to the exception that everyone is special, even me. And open yourself up. I'm going to do a heart healing prayer. It looks like you have been mourning. Some of you have recently lost loved ones within the past 12 months, 12 years, 12 months. So 12 years and 12 months. Oh, and this for number 12s. Wow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you right now that there's a lot of things that happen when loved ones transform, if you chose number 12. And the parts that happen after, that have nothing really to do with them, except for maybe their things and the ways that others react when they want those things, or the ways that things change in the family. When working with the loved one's souls, it's very much important to try not to carry the heaviness of things that were not said sorry about, or all of that, because after their souls cross over, they need help going into the light. And if you're or others are busy being mad at them, or trying to hold on to them and not letting them go to the light all the way, the chances of them coming through in a strong presence way is not the same as if you let them go to the light. Then they can come through, and there's communication, and there's really beautiful messages. But it's important. So if your loved ones you feel have not crossed over yet, usually when this subject comes forward, it's because someone needs to cross over. It's really helpful to light a candle, a white candle for them, anoint it with rosemary oil. And also you can work with the pure resins. So pine sap, Boswellia nigricta, which is a pure frankincense from Ethiopia. There's also myrrh, but they don't really want myrrh. But as long as it's a really expensive type of resin mixture, copal is nice too. It's very helpful and beneficial. Having a lot of crystals in the area of the altars where you burn the candles to help them go to the light with their pictures and such, it's very helpful and beneficial for them. Also, if you chose 12 and you did not recently have a loved one who's transformed, I'm being shown open communication is important. I do see loved ones who've gone away recently, so maybe they didn't transform from their bodies, but they had to, they went away, and you went away, and you somewhat pushed away, but you were also stomped on. And it's as if your heart needs to heal. So I'm going to do a healing activation for those who chose number 12. washing light. Yeah, nothing to you. Hopefully that helps. Resting will be nice too. When you rest, make sure you put your right hand over your heart and put your left hand over the sacral center. Like that to heal. All right, so if you chose number 13, and condolences and loved ones, there's ways to talk with them once they cross over, and you could do it with the flame. The candles usually don't jump. You can do yes and no questions. So make sure the windows are closed and the door doesn't have air coming underneath the bottom, and be really still so you can see that it's actually the candle flame jumping and responding in that way. Okay, so I'm going to do bell reading for those who chose number 13. And let's see. Okie dokie. So it shows that for many moons, so those of you who chose 13, for many moons, you've been, so say that there's a crowd of beings over there. So imagine that there's like a whole bunch of beings over there, and you're just kind of there like with your back to them and just paying attention to one. You don't have like a large group that you interact with as often. If there's someone there, you just pretty much block out that feelings of stability, awareness of kind of like your bubble, or some call it boundaries, or specific needs. And you had done that early on because you had to block out others who were speaking about you or making you feel uncomfortable. So you started early on to just pretty much ignore them or push them away. But that was a little bit getting to you, even though you blocked them out, or you tried to block them out. The consciousness and your vessel your being was aware that they were doing that. So what you have to work on is removing all of those energy cores, all of those beings like that, because you've done it so much where I see your energies around you, and it's really beautiful. It's a beautiful bubble of light energy, and all kinds of colors for those who chose number 13. Really beautiful colors, not all kinds, but many colors. And what you have to work on is detaching that energy so you don't have to continue to have that experience with others, because that past energy was still stuck on the outer bubble of protection that needed to get just completely cleaned and washed and purified. Let me see. Shows the integration is to open up in a community setting. Even if it seems like some are not paying attention, speak out. Speak your truth. Speak it loud. Speak it clear. Let everyone hear who needs to hear what you're working through. That's like the mouth is so wide open. It's like, ah! And there are some who are listening. They begin to acknowledge your presence in that way, where they say, okay, well, what is that being talking about, and why is that being speaking? They start to acknowledge that, hey, you have an opinion also. You have feelings also. You have a perspective also. The next one shows that there is an integration of someone who's interested in you, but they're studying you. Shows that relationship is a possible soul's mate. Souls, is it souls or twin flame? twin flame interaction is studying you energetically, seeking you out, looking inside of you, wanting to be close. So if you chose number 13, the number 13 was chosen. Next, if you chose number 14, and we're doing 8 through 15, in this moment, I have to have other responsibilities to do also. But I'll come on again and give you and we'll do 16 through 22. Okay, so if you chose number 14, I'm going to do the shell, not the seashell, the seed shell reading. Shows that there's guardians who are from another realm, let's say. Some of you believe in angels and some of you believe in demons. It's not that kind of vibe. It's kind of like a soul who's crossed over, who's chosen to watch over you as a guardian. But that particular one is not exactly all light. It's a presence that is very integrative. So it's exactly what you need to help you work through those experiences. Your guardian saying to reach out, to communicate, to open up, to acknowledge their presence or their presences. On the other side, it shows guides, help. So you have to be able to say, hey, I need your help. Can you please help me? It's very easy. I need your help. Can you please help me with, and then you could say with what? And I'm going to say with what. The next one shows that you are working through integrating stability with strengths and weaknesses, acknowledging both, but you have to see it not as a segregation or a separation. You have to see the integration, the way to work through the weaknesses with strengths, and how to blend in who you are as a being so you don't continue to make those mistakes or go in those directions. If you chose number 14, what you're working on is ask for help and be more careful, be aware. You have to work on stability with integration. So stability with not allowing yourself to say, oh, well, that's just a weakness and that's just the way it is. Does that weakness control you? Is that something that is more powerful than you? Are you saying that cigarette or whatever it is, or that drink is more powerful than you? Is that what you're saying? When you say that you can't stop, or you don't feel like it's something that you need to because it's just part of you, it's just part of your weakness, and then there's also strengths. We have to have a stability and a strength in us. So if you chose 14, you have to work on asking for help, creating inner stability and strength. Don't be so easily pushed over and shoved around in those ways. Don't be so easily persuaded to do something else that you probably don't feel like doing or want to do, because it's considered normal in certain ways, but it's not always a normal thing when it comes to health and wellness. Structure and stability helps us to be healthy. And if you chose number 14, you have to work on that, working on being healthy, working on the stability of taking care of self and lessening the I can't, I won't, to I can, I am, I will, and I do. If You chose 14 also shows that you have not been speaking your truth. And so that could also be a cause for why you feel like you're not taking care of yourself, or why you're not taking care of yourself is because you're not speaking your truth. You're not even, maybe you're not listening to your truth. So perhaps you feel that you need to have a change, but that change seems so hard when you're going through so much, that you're being told that it's going to be okay to ask for help, to speak the truth that is your truth inside, to work on stability, self-maintenance, health, and care. Shows that you have to work on awareness, eyes wide open, like wide open, and look around and see what's happening and see what's going on within you and around you. Within and around. Don't get paranoid. And I say that because once you start to look within and then start to look around, you're going to acknowledge others are watching you and you are watching them. So acknowledge that interaction and that connection, but awareness, because there are others who are paying attention to you, who are looking at you in a certain way, and they want to see what you're about. They're curious to see what you're going to do next, because you're coming to, like, it looks like a wall. It looks like a brick wall, big brick wall. You're going straight towards it, and they're curious. Are you gonna just go back to the light? Are you going to bounce and go towards the light to get into a situation where you can be open and tell your truths inside, heal from the experiences, feel relief from the experiences? It shows in what you're going to have to work through for that is forgiveness. Forgiveness of self for not stepping up and saying something. Forgiveness of going through that experience. Some moments beings blame themselves, or others blame them for going through traumatic experiences. But forgiveness of self. And I'm not saying you have to forgive everyone, but it is important to see from an outside perspective that what they did was not kind. What happened was not okay. And please comprehend that they also had traumatic experiences, and their reactions were to hurt others because they were hurt. Not everyone responds the same to trauma. And that is why it is so important for everyone to be aware of heart healing and learning from past mistakes. So if you chose number 14, I want you to work on heart healing, work on acknowledging what has to be forgiven, what has to be healed through, with awareness to speak the truth, and ask for help. Ask for help, really, because there has to be stability and alignment within Expanded, and working on that is very, very, very much important. Now, for those who, I feel like some of you want me to do an activation for you right now. But I'm going to let you ask for help, because that's what you were told to do. So you learn to ask for help. So if you chose number 15, I will be doing a amethyst, and I'll be doing an amethyst reading. Look at all the ones, 1, 1, 11, 11 on the screens, both screens. That's really beautiful. So if you chose number 15, thank you all for who are present. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. With these long legs, I'm like, what am I going to do with them? Okay. 15. Wait, was that because I just said I have long legs? What am I going to do with them? See, I said that before I threw them. This is for 15? I'll do it again. I'm going to do it again for 15. Those who chose number 15. Woo. Ooh, bounced and everything. Shows don't run away from the truth. Stop hiding. It's just career choices and reasons why you've chosen not to open up fully about your abilities to others or to everyone in the workplace. There's some that you've been working with who you've been able to help and guide and talk to, and you realize you have a way with the communication. I see the talking. Talking is a beautiful ability to be able to talk and communicate and bring peacefulness. I do see also that there's a family lineage of the abilities of sight. The sight being intuition, dreams, feeling, called empathetic. Career choices also, there's a lineage of strong presence when it comes to strength in words, as in like positions gifted because of the abilities to speak in certain ways that are respectful, in the sense that they see you and they hear the way you carry yourself. They see the way you carry yourself and the way that you speak is something that they enjoyed. And it does show that there is family members like that also. It does show that there's 3 grandmothers who are there with you. They are on the mother's side. The fathers, let's see, there's like a grandmother-grandfather soul that's been both. So it's intertwined. It was its own great-grandpappy, or abuelo, grand-abuelo, grand-grand-grand-abuelo, abuelito. Yeah, it shows you returning to the oceans, to the womb, to Yemaya, to the womb of the waters, to bless the feet and to wash, to heal, and to bring about that. I see new business. I see business. I see career, to bring about the intentions of such a purity of that, and that is if the number 15 was chosen. Now, if there was an organization of the numbers that you chose in what order, because I know some of you chose different ones, then that's like flipping through pages of books of information. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because you chose them, chose all of them, not all of them resonate with you in that moment, but it does represent that there's an order. It's like writing, like we're looking through a book of information. So you can listen to the messages. I did 1 through 7 yesterday. I did 8 through 15 just now, and I'll see you again for 16 through 22. Thank you so much, loved ones. I'm available for sessions now. Take care. Mwah. Mwah. Take care. Love and light and peaceful bliss. Be healed.